Is that a Jacqui Childs? Oh, I can't hear you. Hang on a minute. Oh, let's see if I can hear you. You might be muted. Oh, no, you're not muted.
Hello?
Oh, there you are. Jacqui Childs.
Hang on, I gotta turn this. Hey, happy 4th.
I can hear myself. That's funny.
Yeah, that's not good. Hi. Hey.
What's up? I love the hat.
Well. Skunk, so.
No, I like it. That's cool. How you been?
How are you doing? I heard what happened this morning. The YouTube went down or something?
Okay, so what happened this morning was well, first off, I fucked up Kim's interview because I suck at this thing apparently. But what had happened was I started streaming YouTube music at the top of each hour for about 3 or 4 minutes,
right?
So people could hear stuff, kind of the same vibe,
yeah.
While I was doing, getting ready for the next hour. And I guess YouTube flagged it because it seems stupid that I was streaming YouTube and YouTube flagged me for streaming. Like it was, I don't know, it was kind of stupid, but I didn't catch it until someone told me, but I couldn't go back to it. And then what happened later was we kept the Facebook and the Twitter stream going, but eventually Facebook did the same thing to us, where they were like, no, and I'm playing 3 minutes of music, like you're not watching the video or anything, you're just hearing the audio.
And it's not like any of those musicians are making any money right now.
And especially it's on YouTube already, like it's already there for the public consumption. So it didn't seem really fair to me.
Hi, Mary. Sorry.
But yeah, it just didn't seem fair. So it was a little shocking. So once I got a flood of messages from people at 11:30 who were like, your video is no longer available. Like, what happened? And I had to go and shut everything down and restart without playing music anymore.
So. Oh, always something. Facebook and YouTube suck.
Yeah, because Twitter didn't shut me down.
No.
Twitter was still like, you can go.
Twitter's pretty lenient. Twitter's, if I'm going to post something that's a nip slip or something controversial, Twitter's where you go.
I like that. I'm a nip slip. That's where I go.
So how many more hours are you doing this?
I think I'm in hour 9 right now, and I have another 3 to go.
Oh my God. I've just been doing 15, 20-minute pop-ins all over the place, and so it doesn't seem like a lot. I still get that break to go to the bathroom and to change or to, fill up another vape or whatever. And I've been getting lots of good presents today, lots of knocks at my door, lots of those porch pickups. Yeah, like crazy. I got a tracksuit from San Rafael. I got some vape pens from this company called Puffco. I got a big thing of snacks and puzzles and candy and all that from another local dispensary. I got a bunch of stickers and little pre-rolls from all over, and not just Canada. It was awesome. It was every time someone knocks at the door, which I don't go because I'm like, okay, leave it there. And then I check, and it's gifts. It's pretty cool.
That's pretty awesome. That's what you get for being a cannabis influencer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But I hate that word. So I'm gonna put a gift bag together for you to give away of a bunch of stuff. I'll make sure it's a good gift bag, and you just tell me the address and where we got to send it. And on Wednesday, I believe my husband goes back to when he goes to work in the morning, he'll drop it off.
Okay, perfect. Okay. So I haven't done the question yet for the prize. So let's come up with a question right now that we can ask people. Do you have a simple, easy question someone could maybe just Google you for and come up with an answer? Okay, so before we go into it, let me say, I think it's not the end of the world either. So I'm not tooting my own horn, and it's not a big deal, and it's fluffy and floofy. I'd rather grow really great weed. I'd rather smoke really great weed, but
What 2 awards do I currently hold right now in the cannabis space?
Okay. So that's our question right now. So what 2 awards does I mean, I'm sure you can probably find it on like your Instagram or like some. Yeah. Okay. So what 2 awards does she hold right now in the cannabis industry space? Like there's Lift Awards, there's a whole bunch of them out there. So first person to email the same email, winnipeg420oc@gmail.com. First person who can send that answer correctly will win the Jacqui Childs prize. Jacqui, can you do me a favor? Yeah. I'm sure I know it, but make sure you send me the answer clearly so that way I can verify.
Okay, yeah. All right.
I want like famous lady award. So
and a hint, I mean, I'm an influencer, so it would be an influencer award. And if you just put in Jacqui Childs influencer award, I'm sure they both come up.
I'm sure they will. But we're making people do a little bit of work for these questions. I like it. It's not just like, oh, what's another name for weed? Like, I get we're all stoners. But.
What is the story of 420? What is the story that you know of 420? What is 420?
Oh, like our cultural origin story?
Like what is
So originally, like from what I know and from what Dana's researched and other things like that, is that like it had to do with just the time people congregated outside of school in the 60s and 70s in California.
Okay.
And that's where it originally congregated from.
Okay.
And that's where like not like I want to use soapbox, but that's not the type of term. But the people who were kind of just handing out pamphlets and smoking weed openly, like that's where it really started from. And then it kind of gradually grew into this annual daily event. The origin stories are kind of murky in the 80s, but that's basically where it came from. It became the day to celebrate our culture.
I got a little card sent to me, and it says, "Did you know in 1971, California, it was where the legend itself began. 5 pals gathered every day at 420 to search for their holy grail, which was an near mythical patch of cannabis." This is what they say. Legend has it. While this crop was never found, the legend lives on, and today we celebrate 420, looking for our holy grail. So it's supposed to, I guess, that's one of their little, it's a bunch of guys that used to smoke weed, and they were in it. If you read further into it, they were activists and advocates, and they were very loud and proud about their cannabis consumption. And yeah, like you said, they were very vocal about it, and they met every day at 420. And that's their, I don't know, who knows? We all got a story.
No, I love that. That's, I mean,
that
sounds wicked.
What are you smoking there that you just rolled?
Oh, I got my Shadowriser.
Yeah, Val's birthday yesterday.
Yeah, I got the hat on too.
Oh, nice.
I really like them. They're great. So, I might as well, I mean, I would never get another one of these just because I love how versatile, like I should have ruined this, but I don't because it's durable. Like, so it's my favorite. Bingo, right?
Yeah. Oh, it's the same thing on it. This has some, I believe it has wedding cake in it or pink kush. I don't know. This is a CBD 1-to-1. I just got it like an hour ago. It's called Puffman. It looks like a little iPod, like a little, remember iPods? Are those still a thing?
Oh, yeah. That's cool.
It's really cute. It's really
packaging.
Yeah, it's really cute. Comes with a little charge thing, and the charge thing you hang around your neck. It's really cute. It's from New York. Then they sent me this, and I don't know. It's a weird, like that's to hold it, I guess. You hold it like this, and you click it a few times, and then it also goes like that to make it smaller. I don't know.
Oh, that's wicked. That is a wicked little tool. I like the charging one.
I got the G Pen last week. Do you know what the G Pen is? So it's a dab. It's technically a portable dab rig.
Right.
Push it a few times. Has another little compartment. This is called the Roam. It has another little piece that goes to your bong or to your whatever, and it's anyhow get you high. You know what I know about things? If they get you high or if they don't get you high. That's all I really know.
My concern, like, does it work? Okay, good. Like,
yeah, like, was it good? Did it get you high? And yeah, so I'm looking at. Somebody said here, okay, best-selling author. I must didn't tell the answer. No, I have. Okay, yeah. So, Cannabis social media of the year. Yeah, Cannabis is one. But there's another influencer of the year in the cannabis space. So the best-selling author, that's not cannabis related. And, and I was gonna message actually O Cannabis. I'm like, can I be the O Cannabis winner 2 years in a row? Since
like, where are the stipulations, right?
I mean, if we're not having one, but I think they are. I think they're having one in October. So. Well,
speaking of your presence here, Jacqui. I mean, for those of you who are just joining us or who don't necessarily know who Jacqui is, surprising. Tell us a little bit about you, who you are, backstory a little bit, and then
Jacqui barely knows who she is too. So. I just a regular person, started using social media like everybody else did, show pictures of their kids and their family and whatever. I think I had about 700 followers, 600 followers on my Facebook page. I started working for a company called Naked News. Naked News was founded in '96. It was on the Playboy channel. It was like Naked News. It used to be, even like at night, there was a show called Ed the Sock. I'm friends with
yes, with the cigar.
Yeah. So, and it was around so like WWE would be on late at night, Much Music, MTV, that sort of stuff. Naked News would come on after 11 at night.
Yeah.
And then it became nakednews.com. About 6 or 7 years ago, they did a poll. What could the show use more of? And they said a more mature anchor, the girls were all like young Playboy models or whatever.
Right.
And my husband applied for the job for me. He said, I had been a Toronto Sunshine girl. He sent the Sunday Sun in, and they had me come in for an audition, and they hired me. And I traveled the world doing news, weather, and sports. Real news, like talking about real current events and real things, just like you'd see on the 6 o'clock news, except for we were nude. And which whatever. And it was all fun, but I've aged out of that. I'm 46 now, so I'm past that. But that I shared that on Facebook and Instagram, Twitter, whatever, and the following went crazy. It went to 1 million. I got when I was 12,000, I got verified. 12,000 followers, my page got verified. I didn't apply for it. The blue check mark just showed up.
Nice.
Then that 12,000 went to 1 million right away in the same year, and then about 4 or 5 months after that, it went to 2 million, and then. I was like, what the hell am I going to do with this? I built this audience. I built this whatever, but this is boring. This is stupid. This is all just TNA, and it's not really doing it for me. I wrote a book about my life, and it was about being homeless, about struggling with drugs and alcohol, extreme depression, a lot of sexual abuse and violence throughout my life, and it became an international bestseller. Within 3 days of it being released, it became an international bestseller. And it's really cool. It's a compilation. It's 14 authors, and they're all have quite rocky beginnings and tumultuous stories that all end with, but look at, I weathered that storm. It's called Ignite Your Inner Warrior. So I have the book, I have the stupid following, and I'm still using and abusing pharmaceuticals, and I'm super depressed, and I got all kinds of drama in my head and in my life, and I'm like, you know what? Why don't I just start telling the fucking truth? Why don't I stop the edits? Why don't I stop the I'm so perfect narrative? Why don't I tell people I am lost, I'm confused, I'm abusing pharmaceuticals, I have Crohn's, I have anxiety, I have depression, I've run a failed marriage, I've got trouble, like blah, 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 blah. Let's cut the shit. And during the cutting the shit time, I started smoking weed. I started using CBD. I have Crohn's. I started smoking, and I'd tried it, a handful of times as a kid or teenager or whatever, but I never smoked weed. I was on so much pharmaceuticals and so much alcohol, I'm not sure where the weed would fit. There was,
having an effect. Yeah.
I had a lot going on. And I
party and everybody's invited. Yeah.
I quit all of that cold turkey, like you're not supposed to do, but I quit all my pharmaceuticals. I was on Cipralex, Wellbutrin, Ativan, and I have an emotional support dog. This is Budsy. Hi,
Budsy.
Budsy, Budzy. He's
Yes.
from our grower friend of ours. He gifted me Mr. Budsy.
So awesome.
So anyhow, That audience was really huge, so I started using it for good, and I started sharing, and end the stigma, cannabis amnesty, moms who smoke dope, all this. I started joining all the groups, and as much as I could, talking about as much as I could, as loud as I could, with such a big audience. And it was never supposed to become a business per se. And then I just started getting speaking engagements and hosting gigs. And, I've been a judge 3 or 4 times for different cannabis cups. I've been a judge for several elevated infused dinners. I've traveled all over the world. Just this year, in January, February, March, I started traveling internationally for cannabis. And then now that's all sort of on hold. But it's been really cool. It's been really great. And I mean, it's not an easy community. No offense, community. It's not an easy community. And many were there well before me, as I'm reminded all the time. Yep, I know, you were right. So it's just, and I'll just keep getting louder and prouder and sharing my story as authentically as I can, and that we're all dealing with something, and it's a freaking plant, and it's supposed to be legal. So a little bit of the garbage should have at least stopped and slowed down. And now with coronavirus and the way our prisons and our jail systems are working, you'd think anyone that has a cannabis related charge should be able to get the hell out of there. There's just all kind, there's so much going on in this world. And so, long story short, that's what I do. I share as much as I can about cannabis to anybody who'll listen. And it has not been easy. I had people that paid my bills for the last several years in the influencer space, like mainstream companies and media outlets that would promote me and do stuff. As soon as the cannabis stuff came out, they were done. They were no longer interested in doing business with me. So, really? And that was in the first, maybe, I wouldn't even say 2 months, but it was probably on post number 10, 10 days of Instagram or Facebook or whatever, I started getting emails from everybody. We no longer want to do business with you. This transition into the cannabis space is not for us. So it's for me, right? I'm much healthier. I'm much happier. I'm more focused when I'm spreading and sharing this, because this is what keeps me, I feel bad for those moms or those wives or girlfriends or whatever, women in general, I'm saying, because I am a woman, when they can't share what they're really doing or what they're really up to or what you're really feeling, or, that you're lost or that you're hiding or whatever the situation may be. Not that cannabis is a cure-all to end all, but it definitely can help a situation. So those people that turn to a bottle of wine or turn to a case of beer, cannabis can, you don't wake up with a hangover. You don't often beat people up. You get creative, you might order a pizza. I've met some incredible people in this industry, some real incredible people. And I mean, from all different walks of life. And sometimes I'm blown away because quietly people will message me and say, I use cannabis. I just wanted you to know. I'm like, why didn't you share that? Why is it such a big secret? Well, you never know, my work or whatever. God, that pisses me off. It pisses me off.
I know. It
really does. People are women going through divorces and they're afraid that they're going to lose their kids because if it comes up in court that they smoke. It's got to end. Here we are, 4/20/2020. That we have to change. Maybe our new normal coming out of this will be a different one. Will be a better one. Will be a more empathetic, kinder, gentler one. Where all communities are welcome.
We were. I mean, your words are profound, Jacqui, which is lovely because I love hearing them because it's like.
Wait, I found a winner. Does he have to email you?
Oh, they got to email me. That's how I'm keeping track of everybody. I mean, if you want to give away your own prize, go ahead. But yeah.
I think someone on your message board is got them. He just has to email.
If you got it, remember Winnipeg420oc@gmail.com. That's where everybody's been sending their emails all day. Plus, I can keep track of them that way.
All right.
Yeah, that way I'm not losing anybody or missing out.
Okay. If that one person isn't your winner,
deal.
I'll send this other person something as well.
Deal. Look at that. Possibly 2 winners, but I'll double check at the end here and I'll let you know.
Screenshot so I can find the person's name. I found it. Oh, I got your FYI, whoever you are. You'll get a present. Don't worry, 420 friendly person. So I'm baked. I have to, so shortly, I don't know what time, but I also have to do something in Montreal today.
Oh, nice.
Next, I've got a couple more of these to do today.
That's good though. When I was talking to Kim Cooper this morning, she was telling me the same. She's got like 5 different
Oh, I bet.
live streams she's doing. I was like, wow, that's crazy, man. Like, that's good, dedicated. But it shows that, like you're saying, like, as much as things might change after COVID and have changed now, we're still adapting. You know, we're still making it work. As much as it might be. Okay,
it's fun to be chatting and it's fun to have everyone here and stuff, but don't you wish we could all be in person?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
If we're gonna have one moment of honesty, yeah, I fucking wish we could do stuff in public. You know how stressed out I was last night about this event? I wanted a hug so fucking bad from someone. I would have taken it from a mailman, man. Like, okay.
And it's different, like, I mean, with technology and the flat screen and like you said, you got in trouble for the music and maybe somebody like 710 will celebrate again, maybe, I don't know, like, I don't know.
I was thinking that because 420 was postponed across the country and there's very few actual 710 events that actually happen, like occasional little cup here or cup there or something local, but nothing really broad, that maybe, hopefully by fucking, what is that, July? Yeah, maybe we'll be back to normal, and maybe 710 events could be like the summary version of 420 for this year,
I hope.
So maybe get on, everybody listening, get on that. Right?
I just want to, I mean, I've been in the house, I've only gone out one time, and that was in early March, like March 24th or 23rd, I think.
Oh, you gotta get out of the house, hon.
So I stayed in, I'd already been in, so I went 38 days, and then I went out for one, it wasn't good. And then I came back, and now I'm back again for like, I don't know, oh my God, it's April 20th. I've been in the house for like another 24 days. Wow. Yeah.
Go for a walk.
And everybody, I go out I have a tiny little deck. I go out on the deck and play with my dog for a minute or whatever, but that's about it. I don't know. It's getting weird. I don't want to be around anyone.
You got to go check the local stop sign. Make sure it's still standing upright or something like that. Like,
Well, you know what? I was going to the drugstore and to Shoppers Drug Mart, and I drove past a park that was all taped off, and it just threw me off. I just wanted to get home. I was like, oh my God, why is it all taped? And it made me sad. So I was like, I gotta go home. I hate this. So so I'm back again. And I was like, but you're so tanned. This is from a bottle. I slap it on before we get on.
I love how honest you are. Like,
oh yeah.
Oh, that's good though. I mean, but I hear you. I mean, it's hard to see because some of the realities are going on right now with the whole bare streets and closed shops. So yeah, it's a little depressing, but it's important we do get out, man, for our mental health.
Yes. Oh, it's getting nice. It's getting nicer here. So in a few days, and I just ordered some new patio furniture, so a reason to go sit outside and whatever. So we'll see.
Where are you in Ontario?
I'm in Hamilton, which is just an hour outside of Toronto.
Right. I just wasn't sure which region you were. I was like, if you're by Kenora, it's not that warm today.
No, it's actually pretty. I'm close to Niagara. Falls. So
nice. Good people.
So, yeah, for the most part.
Well, I meant the cannabis community down there. For the most part, they're pretty
good.
But
Sure. So, who do you have next? Who do you have coming on?
John Arbuthnot, Delta 9 CEO.
Oh, is he giving a gift away?
Yeah, they're giving a gift. I have it right over there. It's
you better be giving something away.
No, they donated a prize pack with a Delta 9, nice grinder and shirts and some shit. Yeah, it's good. It's nice to have him on because he's a CEO. He runs an LP. He employs a bunch of people. But because I know him personally, he's a great resource to give the other side of the spectrum. People are always ragging on LPs and stuff like that and saying, they're garbage weed, et cetera, et cetera. But, it's easy to paint the whole industry with a brush.
Right.
But you cover up, the imperfections or the perfections when you do that. So it's.
Have you bought LP weed?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not great, but I mean, like, Delta 9 donated a couple samples to do, and like, it's good. I don't think I'd pay for it, but it's good.
I had to buy, which is funny that they sent me the present. I had to buy San Rafael orange tangy. It was for a cooking class.
Oh, okay.
And whatever, it was like, anyhow, whatever the cooking class was, we all had to have the exact same amount with the same terpene profile, etc. So we all had to go and buy the same. It was like 3 grams or something, but it's crazy to pay tax on your weed. Woo! Yeah.
It is a little weird, right?
It's weird when your Chad never charges you tax.
No, that's totally true. I mean, I was the first person to buy legal weed in Manitoba. Like, it was a big thing, and like, it was a very surreal experience to walk in there and see the sensory bar, and them to like offer me different selections, and then to like go to a cashier and like have a bag handed to me. I was like, I know we fought for this. It's still a little fucking weird.
It's so weird. It's so weird. When we were in Vegas this year, we checked at a bunch of dispensaries, and it's weird. It's just weird. Like, I'm 46 and my husband's 52. So it's just like, when it showed up in our mailbox one day, my husband actually cried. He was like, you know, I went to jail for this, right? And now it's coming via the post office. So
That's so funny.
It's really weird. It's really, really weird. I mean, how things have changed. I'm excited that I mean, it's only getting better, and hopefully our new world will be a whole new world.
I had Ariel Glinter on from The Joint. He's the lawyer for them, and they're retail in a few provinces. And we were just talking about how this whole COVID thing, because of the economic hit that everybody's taking, we're hoping to see a kind of, you know, free for all for let's make as much money as we can after this stuff.
Right.
And hopefully that'll make cannabis regulations a lot looser, you know, open up consumption bars and cafes and all that shit, right? So let's hope it comes, right?
I hope so. I mean, I think Ontario, anyhow, we feel suffocated right now. It's you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Every day there's a new rule, a new law. So hard to stay within compliance. And they just now, like, bigger ones are taking over smaller ones. Plus, a ton of people went bankrupt, and it's a disaster. It's just a disaster. I would like
the lottery system in the beginning was like a red flag. This is going to be bad.
It's just unfortunate. I mean, I'm personal friends with Abby Roach from the Hot Box.
Abby.
Watch, you know, like, to watch her struggle, and, you know, be part of her journey over the years, and hear it, just so heartbreaking the way things played out. I mean, I'm happy where she is now, and I'm happy that she's happy. It's definitely not where she had hoped to be and how she had hoped the story would end, but I mean, she's good. And actually, I had her interview on my podcast, The Green Room, and we talked about advocacy and being an activist. And she said something that stuck with me, and I think about it all the time when people say, well, you're not an advocate, or you're not an activist, or are you, or whatever. She said, every time I turn my door to my business, or a business I'm doing, every time I put the key in the door, that is my form of activism. It's like, you know, like going through the process and the steps every day, doing what I do, you know, paying my taxes, being a good member of society, being a whatever, that's her form of activism. So yeah, it's really, you know, so we don't all have to have a megaphone on the street corner, and we don't all have to, you know, be on the soapbox or whatever, right? We don't all have to. There's all different forms of activism. So, and that's, I think, I'm starting to use my voice differently in this space, where I would say, oh, I'm not an advocate, and I'm not an activist. I'm just a person in the space who uses cannabis. I was always trying to, I didn't want any sort of label. Plus, when you bring a label, then there's sort of like, people hold it to an expectation. Well, she said she was an expert, or she said, so I'm none of that. I'm a buffoon. I'm not the Trump level buffoon, though. I'm a little, and I smoke weed, and I grow it, and I eat it, and I drink it, and I share it. So
you're humble too. I like that. That's awesome.
And I'm a real freaking person. But I have to go, Yes, I have all these.
Cool. I have to let you go too right away. I want you to just maybe give me some shout outs where people can follow you.
Okay.
And then, we can chat later.
Well, I'm on Cannabis Wiki, the Green Room podcast. My co-host Lester, he's Tough Buds on Instagram, so you can see my podcast all over, everywhere. It's everywhere: Spotify, Apple, Medium, wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. And it's called the Green Room. And then I'm Jacqui Childs, and it's JACQUI. So Jacqui Childs on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. I'm everywhere. And yeah, and I try and respond. I have people help a little bit now. I try and respond the best I can and do what I can. But the guy who I'm screenshot that won, I'll make sure to send him something, because I'm sure you got a different email from someone else. So
I'll send you the email I got.
Thank you for having this, and I mean, it's great to say hi, Winnipeg 420.
That's awesome. Thank you, Jacqui, so much for coming on.
Maybe Hemp Fest, grow up, whatever's happening in the future, our paths will cross. So
They will, for sure. I'm hoping to be at the next Hemp Fest in September. If everything goes good, we'll hang out with Sasha and the boys, and we'll all have fun. Okay.
Love those guys. Thanks so much, Stephen. Thanks a lot. Bye, Winnipeg. Bye, guys. Happy 420.
Okay. Take care. Okay.
Bye.
Bye. You're awesome, Jacqui.